Hi everyone, welcome back to today's session. This is your Venugopal. As part of today's session, let us understand how can we convert a value stored in a particular column or a variable to uppercase or lowercase. This kind of requirement we generally get whenever the business user wanted to format a particular column data which is mostly in string format or combination of character and number format to either uppercase or lowercase. For example, assume that there is a column which is uh, holding the email ID, but generally the email ID we will try to print or store or display in a form of a lowercase, correct? Likewise, maybe if you have a company code, you just wanted to show that in an uppercase so that it is easy to read, correct? At the same time, if at all you are a BW consultant, there's a specific column and you wanted to display that in an uppercase in a final report. In order to show it in a final report, obviously we had to implement this particular logic in a transformation, right? So let us understand how can we convert a value stored in a variable to either uppercase or lowercase. Come on guys, let us start today's session. Right now I am in ECC system. However, this particular logic holds good in both ECC, BW, BW on HANA, native HANA and HANA related SQL. Okay, so come on guys, let us get into the system. So I am going to SC38 transaction code related to ABAP editor. Here we can create an independently executable program using which we can write a logic and immediately we can also see the output using a write command, correct? So now I am entering z Venu underscore I learn underscore program 2, click on create. So, and program type I am choosing as executable program because these programs are independently executable. These are not dependent on any other type of objects. Click on save and I am currently saving as a local object. But however, if you have a package under which you wanted to save, you can choose a package. Once you choose a package, it will ask you to capture under a transport request. Now, let us declare a uh, variable using a data lv underscore message type string, okay, or else I can also call this as lv underscore name. Okay, so now we have declared a variable called lv underscore name which is of type string. Now we will have to initialize, because if it is an actual BW transformation or actual program, or if it is your user exit or baddie, the control will come and even it will bring the data. Since we are trying to learn, we have declared a variable and we are trying to initialize the variable. So now I will keep Venugopal in mixed case, okay? You see, maybe I'll keep all these things as uppercase. So this is not good to read, correct? So now if there is a requirement for you to convert this into uppercase, how can we do that? So now all we have to do is, I wanted to convert the value stored in this variable to uppercase. Assume that. How can we do that? There's a command given by SAP in ABAP called translate. So using translate, we can use this particular command or syntax to convert a value stored in a variable to either uppercase or lowercase. We are telling the compiler that do the translation. What should I translate? Where is the data? I'm telling the system that translate the data present in this variable called lv underscore name to uppercase. Okay. At the end, either you can put two uppercase or two lowercase. We already aware if it's an executable program, if you want to see the content of a variable, we'll have to use a write command followed by the variable name. So what the write command will do, it will try to print the content of a variable to the output, user output. Okay, I'm activating the program got activated because there was no syntax error in this, and click on activate or execute or F8 button in your keyboard. You see Venugopal space Nanjappa, everything has been converted into uppercase. Okay, similarly if you want to convert something into lowercase, instead of two upper you can put two lower. That is also possible variant of a translate syntax. Okay, now my input is in mixed case. However, now I am telling the system using a translate command to convert something into lowercase. Okay, so now if I execute, see my entire output Venugopal space Nanjappa, the actual value stored in that variable, right? It got converted into lowercase. Clear guys, very simple. Generally in our transformation, we will be implementing this kind of logical translate will be named to lower or upper. Okay. Hopefully, as part of this video, you guys have understood how can we convert a value stored in a variable to uppercase or lowercase using a translate command in ABAP. This is very simple syntax. This is how you should learn the ABAP. Okay. Learning ABAP is not a complex thing, but however, systematic approach and learning of each and every smaller syntaxes and combining multiple different syntax to achieve a specific task is very, very important. Okay, so you have to go slow and systematic fashion. Hopefully, you guys are liking this series of video, guys. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. At the same time, if you are looking for online training on SAP ABAP, BW, BW ABAP, BW on HANA, native HANA and HANA related SQL, feel free to reach out to me on my mail ID, that is venugopalmn1988 at the rate gmail.com. You can also call me on my mobile number or WhatsApp me on my mobile number, that is +91 followed by 97399839992. Thank you so much guys and have a good one. See you in the next video. Bye bye.